The concept of a double album has been around for decades now. When an artist is so prolific that all their songs simply won't fit on a single album, they make the double album. But is more always a good thing? Stick around and let's find out. This is Dancing with Ghosts. No matter the genre, the double album has been around for a very long time. Even in the age of streaming, when physical albums aren't even in the conversation anymore, artists will still release double albums digitally, and they will still have the verbiage of Disc 1 and Disc 2 on the streaming platform. But what motivates an artist to put out so much material at the same time? Well, the newest reason for behemoth-sized albums is a strategy called stream trolling. The new Pulse Oracle defines stream trolling as, quote, songs that are haphazardly stuffed into an album with the hopes of a few songs making enough plays to constitute hundreds of thousands of sales. Usually these stream trolling albums have around 20 or 30 tracks and are often nearly 2 hours in length. So you're basically throwing shit at a wall and seeing if anything sticks. This, to me, is the worst reason to release a large album because it means there isn't any kind of curation by the artist. They are literally throwing everything they have at you, whether it's their best material or a shitty demo that they wrote yesterday. Before stream trolling, however, there were typically two reasons why an artist would release a double album. The first reason is that the artist is just brimming with creativity. The songs are flowing and the lyrics are coming to mind with ease. We've seen these types of records with bands such as the Red Hot Chili Peppers' Stadium Arcadium or the Beatles' White Album. The next reason an artist would make a double album would be the concept album. Concept albums seemed to really gain popularity in the 1970s with prog rock bands such as Genesis, Rush, and Pink Floyd. With a concept album, all the songs are supposed to tell one overarching story or have some overarching theme. Pink Floyd's The Wall is about a troubled rock star who slowly becomes alienated from his fans and falls deeper into depravity. Every song on this album somehow ties into this theme, whether it's exploring the man's past or examining his mental demons. The concept record made its way into other genres too. Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Moral and the High Steppers is a hip-hop concept album with a more confessional nature about Kendrick Lamar's life, including trauma, fame, and infidelity. But here's the big problem with all double albums. They're too fucking long. With as many great songs as you may have on a double album, you are almost certain to have double the amount of duds, or at the very least an equal amount. Nine Inch Nails' The Fragile could have been a magnificent album if he had slimmed it down to just 12 solid tracks instead of the 23 that we got. Stadium Arcadium would have been my favorite Chili Pepper album if not for the half a dozen stinkers that you have to sift through. Even the classic Smashing Pumpkins album, Melancholy and Infinite Sadness, took too many liberties with all the extra space by having some rather lackluster songs at the tail end of each disc. Aside from double albums like Pink Floyd's The Wall or Genesis's The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway, I can't think of many other double albums that don't suffer from being bloated. Releasing a double album in this day and age is especially risky, considering the completely diminished attention span of most music listeners. If you've noticed, even songs themselves are getting shorter. When is the last time they played a song on the radio that was longer than 4 minutes? The attention span of the masses is nearly non-existent, and to expect them to sit through 2 entire albums worth of music is asking a lot, sadly. But even all that aside, to me, when it comes to making an album, less is more. Some of my favorite albums are a nice, tidy 12 tracks where you have the 3 or 4 hits, you got some deep cuts, maybe a slow song, and bam, done. I don't need to hear the drummer's song, I don't need to hear the song where the bass player attempted to sing. Cut off the fat and keep it lean. What do you think, though? Do you think that double albums tend to be too bloated for your taste? Or do you love having so much material all at once? And do you disagree with my assessments of the double albums I named in this video? Let me know in the comments below, and remember to subscribe and ring the notification bell, like the video, all that good stuff. And until next time, have a good rest of your night.